you have to have the passion for it because it's going to be a very, very, very long time before you start seeing some money. So you don't want to be caught up doing something that you don't like to do. You will never be successful doing something you do not like to do. And you have to begin with the end in mind. When your mind has already seen what the end looks like and all the hoopla they'll come and tell you about, oh, you cannot do that. I'm not sure if the boss will allow me to do that. I mean, everybody's not going to support you. Half the time, your family's not going to support you. Okay, they're not going to believe in you because the version of you that they know is not the version who wants to take risks and is curious, okay, and is purposeful. So don't look to them. Do not, I promise, do not look to them.
Welcome to Begin, Build, Blossom Your Business Journey, the podcast where we share valuable insights, resources, and motivation to fuel your entrepreneurial spirit. Let's build a supportive community together. Don't forget to subscribe or follow wherever you listen to podcasts and be part of this journey. Let's pause for a moment to hear from our sponsors. You've built a name for yourself through hard work and dedication, but does managing the business side feel like a distraction from your true passion? Are you dealing with unmanaged finances? CME Accounting LLC is here to help. We specialize in organizing your financial records, allowing you to focus on what you do best. With organized books, you'll have more time for what inspires you. Whether that's expanding your influence, building relationships, or simply enjoying life. Don't let unmanaged finances hold you back. Reach out to CME Accounting LLC today and let us help you thrive. Visit our website www.cmeaccountingllc.com or email us at admin@cmeaccountingllc.com. All right, let's jump back into our conversation.
Welcome to Begin, Build, Blossom, Your Business Journey, a space for real conversations around creative and entrepreneurial journeys. My name is Angela Sindenis, and I'm your host for this episode. On today's episode of Begin, Build, Blossom, we're featuring a creative, a son of Saint Lucia soil, Fair Helen, as we like to call her. So, just a little bit more about our guest today. He was raised in the rural community of Tiroshemiku. He grew up surrounded by creativity. Studying subjects like clothing and textiles and technical drawing were passions that quietly shaped the entrepreneur he would one day become. His early career began in website design and tourism marketing, where he built digital systems for Saint Lucian hotels at a time when the internet was still new to the island. It was during this period of exploration and growth that our guest began to understand the power of culture, design, and storytelling. His journey took him to the United States, where he worked with Roseanne Hotels and Resorts and earned his associate's degree in hospitality from the University of Central Florida. And later, he completed his BA in web development and interactive media in New York. Our guest is the incomparable Vaughn Constable. But just a little bit more about Vaughn. In 2017, he launched Twist by V, a brand inspired by the bold blue, gold, and black, and white, of course, of the St. Lucian flag, and elevated by the timeless Creole Madras. Through Twist, Vaughn transforms national pride into wearable expression, crafting accessories that celebrate heritage while championing meaningful causes through initiatives like Bows for Boobs and Bows for a Cause. Today, he stands as a creative entrepreneur, merging fashion, advocacy, and culture, proving that consistency, calculated risk, and purpose can build a bold global brand. Family, welcome Vaughn to the podcast.
Hi, Angela. Thank you. Thank you. That was quite the introduction here.
Thank you for taking the time. And of course, it gives a description of what you've been doing so far,
My pleasure.
especially with your Boost for a Cause that we will learn a little bit more about as we have the conversation.
Glad to be here.
Great. So to get things started, we have a section called rapid fire. It's sort of an icebreaker, to allow us to learn a little bit more about Vaughn. So the first one is, if you had to describe yourself using one word as a child and as an adult, meaning yourself now, what would it be? It could be two different words or it could be the same word.
As a child, I'd probably describe myself as curious.
And what about now?
As an adult, purposeful or driven. Yeah, 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 that's enough.
So the first one was curious and then purposeful and driven. Is it that you're no longer curious or is it that there was a growth?
I think there's a similarity that actually exists between the two, but you just don't have the terminology for it. As a kid, you were probably punished for certain things and doing things that were not of the ordinary, what a typical child would do. Von was always different, or something. I mean, from the way he ate food, from the way, I mean, my mom could tell you, like I had to be beaten to eat my food. Now I just eat everything that I find. Yvonne was just always different, and he'd always just have to find something extra, find something else to do. Everybody would be over on this side, but then he'd be on that side. He was just not the typical. So I call it curious. I put a nice bone, call it curious.
Well, thank you for sharing and providing that bit of insight. So
Yeah.
then the next question on the rapid fire is, what is one book or movie that you'd recommend?
I'm not an avid reader, and I don't watch movies a lot. But what I can say is that begin with the end in mind.
So you've captured that from a book or a movie, you'd say.
Actually, one of my professors from college said that to me.
Mm-hmm.
You begin with the end in mind. One time we were having a class, we're having this particular class, I mean, and it was a 4 hour class. And I had already done the assignment. And I submitted the assignment. And what we'd do would review the assignments over the first 2 hour two of the class. And the second half, we would basically set the tone for the next class. So I submitted my assignment and he let the class present. And then he said, you know what, Vaughn, let's take a walk to the MoMA. His name was Professor Gary Armstrong. And he said that to me. Let's take a walk to the MoMA. That is the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. And we walked up to the MoMA and he just had me to look at all of the pieces on the walls. And he said that you present your assignments, the way I present my assignments is the very same way that you look at art in the museum and how they're set up on the wall or on the displays. Which would, take me to more things about Twist with regard to merchandising of products. And that is something I have taken with me for a very, very, very long time throughout this entire journey, to begin with the end in mind. I never heard it articulated to me, but it was something I would always do, where you see the end before you start it. And that's just been planted in me for a very long time, ever since then.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that insight and the effect that that message has had on you. So, another couple of questions for us to go through quickly is there a fun fact that most people don't know about Vaughn?
I'm a loner. I spend a lot of time by myself, and I would not call myself an introvert. I'm not as outgoing as people believe I am.
Okay. That's a good one, Vaughn. Well, thanks for sharing that for one. It's interesting that you say you're a loner, rather, and you wouldn't say you're an introvert because somehow that's not the persona that you present.
I completely get it. Mhm. I'm not an introvert, okay? I'm a very outgoing person, okay? But I like to be by myself more than like to be around people.
With people. See, like somebody told me that's an omnivore, but
Okay,
we'll
whatever they want to call it, but that's me. That's that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If there was a place that you could visit right now in the world, where would that be?
I want to go to Thailand.
Why?
I want to print more fabric. Not just print fabric, but I think there is time that I want to take for myself personally, to just be outside, be it to just be find peace within myself. But there is lots of things over there that I would be able to incorporate into my business that I think I could get there. I know I could get there, so I want to go there and print fabric as well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So it will be a twofold visit.
I would like to be able to take trips where I don't have to work, but that is just one of the things with, working for yourself. Every trip for the past 10 years has been a business trip for me, and I stick the fun in here there. But to just get to the peace of mind and to just spend time with Vaughn, I would definitely like to do that in Bali.
Okay. All right. All right. Excellent. Well, thanks for sharing that background and, just a little bit of what those desires are in terms of traveling. So it takes us rightly or straight into talking about the business. So we know you are the founder, the creative mind behind Twist by V. So tell us, what was the inspiration behind your business? What was the inspiration behind the name as well?
Twist is the name of the business. The logo, the brand is Twist. Before Twist, we had started making bows. We were making bows for these causes from breast cancer awareness. Remember in that summer of 2016 when we made the pink ones for the fundraiser on Flatbush Avenue. Then we did the purple ones for Purple Power Movement for domestic violence here in Brooklyn. We did a fundraiser for them that following week. And we had done some for the World AIDS Day lower down into December that year, the red ones for Brightpoint Health. These were just me making bows for these organizations, to raise funds and awareness. It was really not a business. It was just Vaughn and some bow ties and giving the organizations the money. And God, it was not until about the December, later that December, we were making them with the logos for that hospital. And we came to the realization that we had to register a business and promote the campaign as a separate entity. So that is how Bows for a Cause was coined, and the name came about. Well, when I looked at that time it was just Bows, and I decided to use the inspiration of the bow tie to make a twist. So we were twisting fabric to make bows, and that is kind of just how the name came about.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so Bows for Coins was coined separately, and Twist by V became the LLC in 2017, that February.
Okay. So you shared a little bit about the inspiration behind how it came about, and the business has come on. You've been making bow ties now just for causes. How do you transition it to now that income generating for yourselves? Because what were you doing before?
Well, I was still a student. I was still a student. I was just coming out of school that summer of 2016, and we made the entire summer down with with these courses right into December, and we did these pieces for the hospital in December with their logos on the scarves and bows. And it was January of 2017. We got Twist registered, and oh God, it was Jeremiah, the our consul general here in New York. Had well, he knew of what I had done for the hospital that December, and he was like, Vaughn, our prime minister is going to be visiting. We'd love to make a gift for him. Make a gift for him. And that is when I made the first Saint Lucia flag bow tie. We gifted it to him that February for independence. And he opened it and spoke to how we're always encouraging our Saint Lucia nationals in the diaspora to come home and set up shop and be part of the local economy. And that is the quest to bring Twist to Saint Lucia. But before that, my God, it was basically making bows and scarves for the all the Saint Lucia associations in the diaspora. During independence celebrations, would partner with them. Everyone would buy a ticket to the gala would get a product, and allocate the ties or bow or a scarf, and the association makes a percentage, and I would go just allocate the inventory. So that's kind of how it really got out there with the associations throughout.
Okay, so that was a really easy way to spread the message of having a bit of home.
I wouldn't say an easy way to spread the message, but it just completely made sense. Nationals in the diaspora, we always want a sense of belonging. We are reminded every day that we don't belong where we are. And, having a piece of St. Lucia with us just gives us that sense of identity.
Yes, very correct. So you have a piece of home by someone making it like it was home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that backdrop. I wanted to just go back a little bit in terms of getting the business started because you're a St. Lucia national in a foreign country. What was that process like starting the business in New York?
Oh my God. So I mean, I'd already started making the bows, and people were already buying them and giving these organizations all the money. I did not realize it could have been a business. I really did not realize it was a business. And it was not until I delivered those bows to the hospital. They're like, you know what, Vaughn, you're making all these bows. You can't give these people all the money. You have to separate it. And I remember when I came back to New York, I went to deposit the check that they had paid me, and the bank called me into the office. They were like, "Okay, what did you do to get that kind of money?" And because I was still a student, and I showed them the pictures. I told them what is it that I had did, and they're like, "You." They opened up a business account for me without even a business registered.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And like within maybe about a week or two, I had made some samples for that bank. And after about maybe 2 to 3 weeks, I got a call from them and they wanted me to make with their logo for the Northeastern region here in New York. That included Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Delaware. And I say that to say, I could, living here, you're able to sit within 15, 20 minutes, go on your phone, register a business, put in your, do the name search for your LLC, pay for it, get your articles of organization, get your EIN or your tax ID number, set up an account. You could do that within an hour. It's nothing like St. Lucia. And then I did that and went back and they just put it back into the back end of the account. And my God, that is when it started. I would say I wouldn't have much difficulty, but the process is very seamless and straightforward here. Just to set it up, that time I started doing pop ups. I remember doing my first pop up event. So that now is generic bow ties, not exclusively to the fundraisers we had done the year. It is generic ones. I would make like one of a kind pieces. Someone's called, "Hey Vaughn, I'm doing this event. I need a pocket square matching, my bow tie." I would do that. And I'll just do lots of pop-up shops here. Go down to Washington, DC in Embassy Day, where they have all the embassies open by DuPont Circle and Locust Circle, all that. We'll do that over there. I'll drive down to DC, do pop-ups, go to North Carolina, go to Atlanta. And I always love traveling. I always love traveling. I mean, so it was never a big thing for me to jump in my car and drive down the road.
So now you could travel and earn an income at the same time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll be doing pop-ups. I'll sit at a pop-up table making bow ties,
Ah,
sewing bow ties, at the events, and I remember one Father's Day one year we had a situation, not a situation, but at an occasion, there's a store in Brooklyn that carries my ties. And it was a Father's Day that year. So the Saturday before Father's Day, I went to the store and I was serving wine and cheese to the men who would come there and they would pick their fabric and I'll make their bow tie for them on the spot.
oh, wow. That must have been exciting.
Customers like process. Customers like the process. They enjoy seeing the process. A lot of my content you may have probably seen on our social media is the process. They want to see your hand in it. Yeah, they want to see that it's being made by you, and they love that.
Let's pause for a moment to hear from our sponsors. You've built a name for yourself through hard work and dedication, but does managing the business side feel like a distraction from your true passion? Are you dealing with unmanaged finances? CME Accounting LLC is here to help. We specialize in organizing your financial records, allowing you to focus on what you do best. With organized books, you'll have more time for what inspires you. Whether that's expanding your influence, building relationships, or simply enjoying life. Don't let unmanaged finances hold you back. Reach out to CME Accounting LLC today and let us help you thrive. Visit our website www.cmeaccountingllc.com or email us at admin@cmeaccountingllc.com. All right, let's jump back into our conversation.
So, as you talk about processes and you talk about making by you, do you have a team that helps you to execute the demand? Because you've been in business for a couple of years now
I know, right?
and you've expanded the line of things that you produce. So, one, I want you to talk about the new products that you brought on because you started with bows. So, you've added more scars, you've added different countries as well.
Jewelry, candles,
Yes.
socks.
So why not stick with bows and just make bows, bows, bows?
Remember COVID? Remember that guy COVID?
Mm-hmm.
COVID did that. COVID did that. It was both sides up until COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And COVID came and we got into this mask craze. Remember those masks? And
Yes.
making the
Uh-huh.
matching
Yes.
masks for the events. And the ladies were like, but Vaughn, they not seen my lipstick. So I had to make earrings to match the masks. Then they were like, okay, now I need a necklace to match my earrings. Now I need a bracelet to match my necklace. Okay. And the men are like, but that's not sound no, asking what is it that I have for the men? And we had to develop lifestyle products because people just gravitated to the brand. Customers gravitated, I mean, and they would come to the table now and say, hey, Vaughn, I have everything you have there ready. What else do you have? So I had to make a determination. Do I continuously keep adding products to the line, or do I increase production and grow the market? By the time we got registered in St. Lucia and the hotels got involved, we had to pivot a little bit. So there are some products that I make by hand still, and there are some products that are made by our manufacturers.
Okay, that you
Yeah.
have mass produced.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that you've spoken a little bit about the products, we were speaking earlier about the team. Is this team just Vaughn?
Well, Vaughn is many things. Vaughn is the team. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the challenges I have.
Okay. Okay, considering that you are that, how do you create your legacy? How do you ensure that you can meet all these demands that come upon you for products?
Well, one of the things that I have created is I am working towards is automation. And a lot of that has happened somewhat, a great deal, as a matter of fact. How I have been able to secure the outlets that carries the products, as well as fulfillment. So a lot of the marketing initiatives that you'd see would be directing people to either buy on the website or go get it into the outlet because I cannot be everywhere. Fulfillment wise, that is situated. Communications wise, we try to direct it directly straight into the emails so that we're able to respond and have a follow up within a efficient fashion.
Okay, great. So it sounds like you have a system in place.
I do have a system in place. However, mindset is plays a key role in that, and I have made a deliberate effort to maintain that. Whereas it is not something I think that is well received by our people because of culture and norms. That they believe that they have to see me personally or call me directly to get it and think that they're gonna get it quicker because they call my phone, but it really pulls us back. It would really pull us back if we have to perpetuate the behavior that people believe that they have to get it from me. For example, I'll get a message in my DMs. Hey Vaughn, are you back in New York? Because I want to get something from you. Or when you're coming back on the island, I want to bring you. I would like to get one of those things from you. You don't have to get it from me because we have done the work to make it available into outlets everywhere for people to get it. Like if I were to disappear today, you will still get your product. You don't need to know where I am physically to trust the system and to trust the process. So that is one of the challenges I have with regard to that. Yeah. And once I'm able to make myself disappear, I know that I've done the work. So yeah, that's it. And that's why I mean I don't have a staff. I may need some assistance. I have a small support group around me of people who could move things here, pull things here. With regard to as we distribute around the Caribbean, there is a requirement for a ground handler on each island with regard to replenishments on each island. We do have that in St. Lucia, so I do have to be there to replenish. However, with reconciliation, they need me there because it's tough with over there.
Okay, so so as you said on the ground, so there's distribution in several islands in the Caribbean. So you're growing lots of tentacles. So in having business in these various places, how do you manage your finances? Do you have an accountant that helps you to reconcile? Because you just mentioned that reconciliation is one of the challenges.
Yes, so with regards to the reconciliation, especially on St. Lucia, we'll do it on the quarter. When I first started, we'd do it like I would try to be there every month.
Hmm. That seems demanding.
That is very less than smart to do. Okay, don't do that. That's very less than smart. We have resorted to do it on the quarterly basis now. With some of my very good resellers, I actually give them the free reign and do it maybe every 6 months. Okay, but it could really lapse, and it's going to throw you into a tailspin because I find myself having to do these counts. And I mean, we do send the form every quarter, and the operation is basically for you to tally what you've sold over the period of time, over the 90-day period. And they cannot do that. They will not do it. And it's just a lackadaisical, attitude about it over there. And I have to do it when I fly onto the island.
Mm. But we have to count the money, you have to count the dollars. Do you have an accountant?
Absolutely. We actually do have an accountant. He's actually Saint Lucian.
Okay.
Very New York, yes. And just being able to navigate the assistance with being able to navigate the various laws with regard to taxation and geographical locations and and whatnot, it's very important to have that deciphered. So yeah.
So thanks for sharing that. In terms of business, there's always a period of struggle, challenges. The first is, what would you say has been the biggest leap you've taken in building your businesses?
You see challenges sometimes. Every day is a challenge. Every day is a challenge. Running a business, just being an entrepreneur is synonymous with putting out fires. So every day you put out fires. That is what you do. Risk management. You solve problems. You figure out things. That is you troubleshoot all day, every day. So it's not sometimes. That's a 24-hour role. Thus far, I would tell you the biggest challenge has been bringing Twist to Saint Lucia.
So that's the biggest challenge. Have you been able to overcome that challenge?
Oh, but that is the challenge. That is the challenge. That is the ultimate.
It's a continued challenge.
Absolutely. Every day is a challenge.
Okay. Well, what has been the biggest leap you've taken with Twist since you started? What would you say is the biggest leap? Is it going to St. Lucia is the biggest leap?
Mm.
Really? Oh, so going to St. Lucia is also the biggest leap.
What Swiss has done in the diaspora from beginning up until 2024, 2025, I will do that all day, all over again. I will do that all day, all over again.
Okay. What keeps you motivated? Considering all the challenges, considering you've said, being an entrepreneur is putting out fires on a regular basis. What keeps you motivated to grow?
When I spoke earlier and I spoke to the small group of people I have around me, my little support system in just various jurisdictions of the world, especially diaspora, London, Canada, United States, how how freely people are able to make things happen without wanting or needing anything in return. Okay. I mean, I know you have bags of inventory at your house of Twist. Okay. You'd go to the post office. You'd do replenishment over there in London. You do fulfillment in London. Okay. You hold an account for Twist. You, Angela, you I'm talking to. Okay. You see what you do for me in London? Okay. I have that in Canada. I have that in three Canadian cities: Toronto, Calgary, and Ottawa. In the US, I will land in Atlanta at Marjorie Douglas's. Okay, that is the president for the Atlanta Association. We have the association in Florida, in Washington, D.C., by Karen Seeley. We have Connecticut. I mean, just say it and they would move a package. Hey, Vaughn, you need this shipped over here, we need this brought over. They will carry this here, they will move things around and make do. You see that support? People will tell me, hey, Vaughn, I have all what you have already. Any new product you have, just charge my card and ship it. Okay, I have that already, no, but I'm gonna buy this for my team. I'm gonna buy this for this person. I'm gonna buy this as a gift just to have there for when they call. Okay, so it is never like having too many or having too much, but they will just support just for supporting sake. And I'll be on tell, but you have that already. So that in itself is enough for me to continue doing this because people believe in it, they love it, and that's sufficient.
So it's that into that community, that network, people that you can call on,
My support system.
the support system. Definitely.
Okay. Okay. I could dip into them anytime. I will dip into them anytime.
That's good. And I mean, succeeding in business is about utilizing the network and all the connections and your support system.
I may not have a staff, okay, but I've not done this by myself. I've done a lot by myself, okay, but I cannot take all the credit.
That's very honest and authentic, Vaughn. So it's just showed that the connection you have with the people, the connection with the community, that person's willing to support you in that way.
I mean, I have people who tell me, Vaughn, send me a box of inventory. There's an event happening in Texas. Send me a box of inventory. I will do a table for you. Okay. I turn around, all my money's in my account. All.
Thanks so much, Vaughn, for sharing, that insight and sharing authentically about, what you've been experiencing. So, despite, yes, you remain committed to producing for the community and the network, has there ever been a time where you thought, you know what, I want to give up? It's just too much.
I know I'm not going to be giving up because, again, I see the end. And I'm going to take you back to the quest and why the biggest challenge is bringing it to St. Lucia. And the biggest reason why I did that is because of the opportunity that the Caribbean has. Once the hotels got involved, the entire trajectory shifted. So, as a St. Lucian living in the diaspora, how many ties are you possibly going to have? How many socks are you possibly going to buy? I'm not going to continuously be adding products on that magnitude to a small fraction of people when I could duplicate the concept for tourists to buy it every day in all of these hotels around the region. So again, I will go through the mess and get it sorted out and get it situated, okay, so that it could be where it needs to be in a more holistic market.
Mm, okay. Okay.
I'm not going to forget diaspora. I'm never going to forget diaspora, and I'm never going to look back. I did not get this far. There is no going back. There is no point of regret. I may not have food to eat some days. I may have to struggle to probably buy a flight or maybe put gas in the vehicle or something. But there is never a time when I no.
Okay, good. So it's onward and upward. Forward
Absolutely.
always.
Absolutely. I mean, we have gotten to a plateau, and I say we like I'm really many people. And I will always speak to, a group because this is really a corporation running this here. This is just going on to about 9, 10 years. And every season it gets to a plateau. It gets to a plateau, and then I feel okay, let's just, ease up, take a little break, take a little break because we've been going along this calendar. St. Lucia rotates on this calendar. We have from the holidays to independence, then there's the jazz, then there's the carnival, and then there's the summer workshop, then there's the Creole, then the Taiwanese trade show, then the holidays again. And they just go back and forth into that cycle. That's St. Lucia. But being able to navigate all of these calendars for all of these jurisdictions, because London has its calendar. We're fighting with the summers in the New York and in Canada, okay? And just doing it. There's a lot of planning and structure and focus that has to be had to be able to maneuver these dates and events. And oftentimes when I hit the Caribbean, it's like, oh, we're having that. We see you there. We're having that next week. You're available to the dates. And I'm like, we're already scheduled for like the next 9 months to be wherever. And it may seem like, it's just like hopscotch, hopscotch, hopscotch. But it's very compelling. And again, I'm gonna go back to the beginning of this interview as to why I spend a lot of time with myself, why I may be considered a loner. And I may not necessarily always want to be everywhere, and I may not necessarily always have to deal with everybody.
Yeah, sometimes your people doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
So
So,
that's your little bow. That's it.
as we've come to a close, three sets of advice that you would share with someone wanting to become an entrepreneur, and where can people find out more about Twist?
First of all, for you to find out about Twist, you go to twistbyv.com. It gives you a list of all of the reseller outlets that carries the products globally. And you could also order from the website, twistbyv.com or twiststlucia.com. Advice to anyone who would like to get on an entrepreneurship journey, passion, purpose, and position. you have to have the passion for it because it's going to be a very, very, very long time before you start seeing some money. So you don't want to be caught up doing something that you don't like to do. You will never be successful doing something you do not like to do. And you have to begin with the end in mind. When your mind has already seen what the end looks like, and all the hoopla they'll come and tell you about, oh, you cannot do that. We're not sure if the boss will allow me to do that. I mean, everybody's not going to support you. I mean, half the time, your family's not going to support you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're not going to believe in you because the version of you that they know is not the version who wants to take risks and is curious, okay, and is purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
So don't look to them. Do not, I promise, do not look to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough.
Okay. So you could say that's it from you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, Vaughn, thank you so much for sharing a bit of your journey. I'm sure we could have gone further, but we'll save some for the next time.
Yeah. We're gonna do. We've been needing to do this a very long time, as a matter of fact. But we're gonna do
Yes.
more later.
So, Vaughn, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having more conversations like this, very authentic and real.
Yeah. We should make it a series, like every Sunday at 5.
Yes. So, this has been Begin, Build, Blossom Your Business Journey, a space for real conversations about entrepreneurial and creative journeys. My name is Angela, and I was your host. Be sure to like, share, and of course, subscribe so we can build a community. Bye for now. A quick note before we wrap up: the insights and experiences shared by our guests are their own. We love creating space for real conversations about business and growth, and everyone's journey is unique. Therefore, this podcast is for informational and inspirational purposes only. It is not meant to replace legal, financial, or other professional advice. So, we encourage you to take what's useful, do your own due diligence, and build what works best for you.
Thanks for listening to Begin, Build, Blossom Your Business Journey. We hope today's conversation gave you the insights and inspiration you need to move forward on your own path. Don't forget to subscribe or follow wherever you get your podcast so you never miss an episode. Do you have feedback? We'd love to hear from you at podcast@cmeaccountingllc.com. Join us again next week for a new episode.